Hello everyone, welcome to the GAHY Wrestling Podcast. My name's Dan. I'll be covering Monday Night Raw from the Halloween 31st of October edition of Monday Night Raw. We've got a couple of segments announced so far. We've got Roman Reigns actually turning up on Raw for a change before his encounter with Logan Paul at Crown Jewel on Saturday, I had to think then. We've got Brock Lesnar returning after being beat down by Boby Lashley a couple of weeks ago and being put through the announcer's desk. We've got a Nikki Cross match for a change. Instead of Nikki ASH, she's going up against Bianca Belair in a non-title match. And then we're getting a trick or street fight Halloween edition match with Matt Riddle and Otis. So that's what we've got. And I shall see you in a second. Let's get spooky.
It's Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior. Hello and welcome to Give Me a Hole. Yeah, our podcast. I hope everyone in Yorkshire and beyond is having an awesome day. Keep fanging and banging.
How's everyone doing then? Happy Halloween to everyone. I haven't sort of gone out for it. I was debating planning dressing up in a way, or at least having some face paint. I've only got black and white, which means I can either do Darby Allin or Sting, and they're both AEW. So if it was a Wednesday night, I'd probably have done it. But either way, you've got stuck with me, and I've gone through sort of the Dracula slick back hair type thing, I think. Something like, I don't know. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend been? Have we been up to anything exciting? Any new stories to tell us? Any Halloween plans? I mean, Sassy's already asked that, I didn't realise. Sorry, Sassy. And you've got a new photo. Sure enough, you love a man. So I did put a comment in a bit earlier on, so usually on a Halloween, sort of around Halloween time, we normally get Halloween-inspired outfits, ring attire from the people performing. So who do we think will have a Halloween-inspired ring attire? I don't know, but I think Bianca Belair might have something lined up. Not sure who else maybe. Matt Riddle might have something. So I'm going to run through a few of the comments and then we'll get to some sort of, I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see when we get there. I always wing it, don't I? Welcome to the Gimme a Hole Raw live stream on Halloween from Sassy. Thanks for joining us. Have a spooky time. I'll just scare you all to death. That'll do. This Raw will be a trick or treat for you. Patrons and Super Chat are open for donations. They are optional. You don't have to do them, but we do greatly appreciate them if you do. If you do end up donating, we do really appreciate it because it goes back into paying for the stuff that we actually pay for to bring this podcast to you. Yep, as I've already said, if you've got any Halloween plans, stick them in the chat. We'll find out what everyone's doing. If you've got any cool photos or anything like that, tweet them to us at Give Me a Whole Year on Twitter. And we'll retweet them as well for you. Where's Dan? I'm right here. You should be able to see me right now. Hopefully, anyway. I don't know. Maybe. So, Daniel O'Reilly misses Ant doing WWE. Yeah, he's a mark for AEW now, though. All he cares about is what AEW are doing. And unless it's a pay-per-view or premium live event where he can win his Give Me a Whole Year belt back, he's not really interested in him. We've got the Mox Buddies in. Got Timothy Williams in. How we're doing. Got Michael in. Mox Buddy and Dan the Man. Yep, she sure did. She's got a new photo of her boyfriend. Happy Halloween to you as well, Michael. Timothy, you inspired me. It's good we're inspiring each other. So you got a flu shot and got the flu? That seems a bit backwards to me. I thought you were supposed to get a flu shot and not get the flu. And we got Todd in as well. How are you doing, Todd? You never wanted Seth to win so much ever? I don't know. I'm liking the character and I think that it's really funny and I think it'll get over the US title. Belair fought Nikki already and Brock and Bobby cut a promo together and then brawled. Yeah. But that's what we've got tonight. We've got Brock coming out probably to announce that he's okay for Saturday. And it'll probably draw big numbers with it being Brock Lesnar as he usually does. Michael saying hello to everyone. Todd saying hello. Hi Todd, your business partner. Damage Control retains and Bayley wins at Crown Jewel. Yeah, I think that's the way they're going because they want to do something where it's felt like it's already past the point where I think Bayley should have won it at maybe Extreme Rules. Use the Extreme Rules stipulation because Bayley's the heel. Use the heel tactics. If you've got the heel tactics available with Dakota Kai and Io Sky, why not use them to help take the title off of Bianca without her looking not weak, but looking like she shouldn't have lost it. I think they've kept it on Bianca a pay-per-view premium live event too long. That's the only thing I can think of. But yeah, Bayley should have had it by now, I think. Oh, we've got my sister in. How we're doing, Rach? And Chloe. Where's Chloe? Yeah, Chloe. Todd wants Seth to curb stomp 4 times tonight. 4? Why stop at 4? Go for a spooky 13. We got Hassan in. How we're doing? Sassy saying hello to Chris. Just sent you a picture of the costume. Is that through the Twitter page? Let's have a look. That one. That's awesome. If you tweet it to us as well, so tweet it out, tag us in the tweet. We'll retweet it as well so people can see exactly sort of what the outfit was. I mean, I'll see if I can... which one would be the best way to do it? I'll just show you. So I'll show you on my phone for now. But then if you tweet it out, we can always retweet it. So he's gone as a Squid Games character. There you go. Everyone see that one? Yes, you can. As soon as we go live for Monday Night Raw, I will be sort of putting the polls up, putting the votes up. But until we get on to that point, we can't do any for you. Yeah, I could. I could probably pick something. But I don't know what yet. Michael's asking, how are you, Rich? Sassy's saying, hi, son. Todd's absolutely great. Yes, don't worry, I will do. We don't know which match is first at the minute, so I'm not sure. Timothy, wait a minute, I read that wrong. Okay, so I thought Sassy Flo comment was backwards, but that's odd. You got the shot to prevent Flo, but still got it. Yeah, that's why I thought it was quite weird. You get the shot to stop the infection and the virus, but still end up with the virus, which is backwards. You're supposed to get the shot to not get it. I know. Weird. Sassy's saying hello, Rich. Yeah, very weird. Happy Pumpkin Day. Curb Stomp wins. Michael's helping you out with that one, Todd. Seth wins. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Am I? Am I going to do it? No, I'm not. So look, he got exposed before getting it. Okay, that makes more sense now. Bayley doesn't need a title. Every heel's got to have a championship. No more. We got Gunther, Bloodline, just like no more. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long Gunther's going to have it, and I don't know how long Seth's going to have it. But I think Bianca's at the point now where if they don't put the title on Bayley, it's going to make Bayley and Damage Control look very weak, and I think they want to build Dakota Kai and Io Sky to the moon. So you put the title on Bayley, build her up, and by proxy, you're building up the rest of Damage Control. Even if they're not doing much with the titles, it is still making a faction with all the gold feel very dominant. You look at the Bloodline Roman, how much more intimidating does the Usos feel now they've got Roman Reigns right behind them with the title? Same as holding 2 titles. It just makes you feel more dominant, and by holding all the gold available to you, it just helped put you over as the top people on that brand. So my sister's doing okay. I've already been on a video call with her today, so she's already seen this face twice. Once at work, and then I got home from work, and then she saw me again. There is lost year. Guess what? I bet, let me just load this up. That one. I've just realised. So our clocks went back over the weekend. So in the UK now, it's pretty much coming up to 1 o'clock. So I've set the stream up exactly the same as normal. I've completely forgot about the clocks changing in the UK, but not anywhere else. So I'm actually an hour behind. So I'm now watching. So Raw started an hour ago, didn't it? And that's why I've only sort of been on almost 15 minutes, because I normally come on at 1:15 UK time, but I completely forgot about the clocks. So I do really apologise to everyone that I am an hour late. I will be punishing myself. So let me get these earphones in. So sorry, everyone. I completely forgot. So Sassy's Day is better. Now Roman's coming out. I bet Sassy would like to acknowledge the tribal chief, though. I bet she would. Bayley needs to win the Women's Championship with Crown Jewel. Completely agree. Just tweeted it and tagged you guys. Let's get that tweeted out. That one. Retweet, like. There we go. We've retweeted that out for you. So, like I said, if you tweet anything to us, let me know while we're watching, and I'll retweet it out for everyone. Owens between Damage Control and Oscar and Bliss for the Women's Tag Team Championships main event. I think it's going to be Damage Control easily, because if you take the titles off them now, it's going to feel like a sort of lukewarm reign on there. Michael thinks Sami's going to be the one to dethrone Roman. He's so over, and having been the one would be huge. I completely agree. I think it should be main event of WrestleMania Night 1. Cody wins, takes one of the titles off him after winning the Royal Rumble. And then I think the second title should be Sami Zayn at the minute. The way that Sami Zayn is over, but Roman's getting so many cheers now. I think that probably by WrestleMania, it could be face versus face, him and Cody, which I think would be crazy, but I think it would be brilliant. Roman isn't over him; it's actually Jay over Sami. Roman is welcoming Sami to be sort of responsible for Jay. But I was reading an article a little while back about, couldn't Sami be a heel by trying to infiltrate the Bloodline, and Jay's the only one that can actually see the true Sami Zayn hidden, as he said last week before. So could it not be that Sami's the heel playing the face, and then Jay Uso is the face playing the heel? So it makes sort of sense on there. Yeah, 100% for me, Timothy. I completely agree with that one. I'll go along with that. Thinks Cody should dethrone Roman. That makes sense why you were late. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it. It's my fault. It's completely my fault. Yes, I know. Our clock's changed on Saturday night, and I've slept twice since then, so that's why I completely forgot about it. How is Anne? He's doing alright. He's not too bad. Anne will be doing Wednesday night if you want to watch, and Dom is at a wedding in Vietnam. He looks like he's having a good time from what I've seen. So if you want to see them too, next time you'll probably see Anne is Wednesday, and next time you'll see Dom is probably Saturday for Crown Jewel. To me, Bayley needs to chase the belt a little more to give her credibility. I think she's been chasing long enough already. She's had some good matches, and Bianca's has sort of won quite well. But I think it's at the point now where if it's not Bayley winning the title, it's just going to completely lose all of her momentum. Io and GAHY beat the tag team roster. Bayley needs to beat Cross, Raquel, and Shotzi before. I don't know, because they're on different brands at the minute. So Roman Reigns has come out and said that Jay's working on feeling a bit more rosy. Roman's playing into SmackDown. Absolutely brilliant promo to start the show off. Roman's saying enough of the Uso talk. So Roman's saying he's been hyping opponents for the past 2 years. Once they get to the match, the opponents get smashed. Roman saying he's not been lying to us. Roman saying he's the greatest of all time, and you can hear Paul Heyman in the back saying, "Yes, you are my tribal chief." Roman saying he's the greatest in going up against someone who's only had 2 matches. Roman saying he's not going to hype up the match with someone like Logan Paul, but is that not exactly how he's doing it? Tribal Chief won't, basically, we're not acknowledging Logan Paul, but Paul Heyman will. And here we go. Is Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman pouring over Roman. So Paul Heyman talking about Logan Paul having the steel screws in his hand. Paul speaking about Logan maybe getting that one lucky punch. Paul speaking about Logan Paul being trained by HBK and Roman looking shocked and worried, but sarcastic. Saying none of that matters because he's going to get smashed by Roman Reigns. So Paul's saying that one thing that Roman can't stand is an outsider. And we're getting The Miz. While The Miz is coming out, I'm going to get some of the comments through. So when you get stuff for the holidays, share pics, definitely do. Tweet them out to us every time. Reigns is going to retain title to next year. Yep, I think Cody, definitely. Do we think Sasha Banks and Naomi will retain? I do. I think Triple H is the one person that they would hold a lot of respect for. And I do think that he's the only person that would bring them back in the right way, which would probably be Royal Rumble. Number 30, Royal Rumble. It's boss time. The roof will come off and fly. Miz is out and is saying, "My tribal chief, I acknowledge you." Yep, Miz. No one knows Logan Paul against The Miz. Miz saying he's taught Logan Paul everything he knows in the ring. Miz saying that Logan Paul's right hand is real. Miz saying that Jay's knockout was real because of the sort of screws. Miz saying he's sorry that he hasn't been able to get here earlier. He's been dealing with a deranged stalker. Miz saying we can help each other. So the Miz wants help with Dexter Lumis. So Miz will help Roman if Roman helps the Miz. And Roman saying, "Are you just trying to cut a deal? I scratch your back, you scratch mine." And Miz is grinning. Roman wants to ask the Miz a question. What question will it be? Roman saying he thinks he likes the Miz. So Roman wants to know, why does everyone talk about Logan Paul knocking Roman out? And then Superman punches The Miz. And then finishes the line when it should be me knocking Logan Paul out. Looks straight down the camera lens, pretty much directly at Logan Paul, and says, "You'll have no choice but to acknowledge me." Very nice little segment. I enjoyed that. Paul's best hype man for sure, 100%. I don't think there's anyone better at putting a match over than Roman. I think the only person that could probably put a match over better, but not in ring, is probably JR. Or it probably was JR 10 years ago. Paul Heyman's completely the dude right now, 100%. Roman's walking down the aisle saying that this is my show, it's my camera, he owns it all, he's going to win on Saturday. Bianca's held the Raw title since Mania 38, yeah, that's why I think it's about time that she does lose it. She's had a very good reign, she's beaten a lot of good people, but I do think that she does not deserve to lose it, I think Bayley deserves to win it. If somehow Logan Paul wins, I'll never watch WWE as long as he's champ. I don't think many people will. I don't think there's any chance Logan Paul is winning though. I know that was at The Miz coming out, but he's gone now. He got Superman punched, so you should be happy. We've got Brandon Stevens in. How are you doing? Daniel Wiley. I think Jey Uso should beat Roman. I think that would be a great way to go to completely subvert expectations. We'd never expect Jey to win, so having Jey win would be insane. I think that'd really work. I'd love to see something like that. The neon sign, oh god. Yeah. Brandon. Oops, hi Brandon, says Sassy. Michael's just laughing along at Sassy. What a treat. Better than Reese's. Do you mean Roman? Is Roman that treat? I bet you'll think it's Roman that's the treat. Michael hopes Logan v Roman is a good match at least. Decent match. Don't want it to be quick if they're hyping it up. I don't know. Would you, if you're going to try and completely shock everyone, the only two ways to shock them is to put on a clinic of a match, and I'm talking Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit level match, which neither one would be able to do, I don't think. Or you have a 20-second match. You have Logan Paul go for a move, miss, and then get speared. Gets back up, Roman with a Superman punch and pinfall. Pour him out of his misery straight away. People are expecting a bit of a longer match, I think. I don't think they're expecting a squash match, but I also don't think they're expecting a 25-minute match. So you either go completely to the short point where it's completely destroyed quickly, but then you completely subvert expectation. If Logan Paul can do it, where he can do a 15, 20-minute match and it not feel like he's just going through the motions of spot to spot to spot. Oh, I like that idea. Jey Uso Universal, Jimmy WWE. But does that mean that both of them have to turn on Roman? Or would it be Roman turning on both of them because they can't get the stuff together? Roman, Miz being knocked out. Yeah. You just want him to do the same thing without a shirt on, don't you, Sassy? I know you do. So I do have a question since not being here the last few weeks. Why do you think they stopped the Reign Dominic feud? Easy. Completely easy point, and it's one of my easiest questions to answer for you, Todd. They want to do the Rhea and Dominic feud at WrestleMania, but if they keep Rhea on Monday Night Raw, it means they've got to pretty much do it there and then. Rhea moves away, and then as of Royal Rumble, Dominic throws Mysterio out the ring, and then they start that storyline leading into WrestleMania. So Miz is in the back with ice on his cheek. Miz saying that Johnny Gargano's conspiracy theory shouldn't be acknowledged until it's been verified by multiple sources. Miz saying that he's going to do a defamation suit against Johnny Gargano if something comes out beforehand. Oh, is this coming in? Oh, we've got Mustafa Ali. Mustafa is saying it's unfortunate that Miz wants to get the match cancelled. Mustafa saying everything's bigger in Texas. Looks down at Miz's crotch and says almost everything. Miz saying don't you dare. Bit of back and forth. And then Miz has tiny balls. There we go. Riddle wants a feud with his son still, yep. I don't think it was too much. It's all storyline, Todd, I just think it's a great way to prolong the feud and not have a payoff yet until WrestleMania. We're getting the Judgment Day come out now. Is very protective of Dominic's career, so I think he wants to put him over on the grandest stage of them all at WrestleMania, on his back like he's supposed to, go out, pouring someone over, and there's no better way to do it than putting over your own son, I don't think. Bianca Belair versus Bayley for the Raw Championship match at Crown Jewel in the last woman standing match will be a long match. I think it'll go on a good 20 minutes. And I think that's the point of a last man standing match or a last woman standing match. It's supposed to be a complete battle. 9 out of 10 other match stipulations, it's a 3 count. This one's a 10 count, so it's got to be more vicious, more physical. It's going to take longer. If you have a 15-minute match and you're getting up after a 3 count, you've got to then beat them down for a 10 count. So it should be a longer match. Jimmy wins Money in the Bank and Jay should get a title shot. So Jimmy has to win a match to get a title shot, and Jay just gets handed one. So that's where I've got the issue with that one, is if you're going to put a title on both of the Usos, you can get a Money in the Bank win to make it work, but then the second one, how do you get to that point? We did miss you. We always miss Todd. We miss Sassy. We miss anyone that's been in and that doesn't come back. Sassy wants Loomis. As always. As soon as the Miz is on screen, she wants anyone else. Apart from Austin Theory, I think. So Todd's work's been very short-handed, so he's been working hard. Always do. And we're getting the OC come out now. Yes, we do. Everyone that joins us, we love. Anyone who comes in to say hello, we love. Anyone who shares the video, subscribes, or even just comes in and says hello, we absolutely love us. I absolutely love you. I don't think they are. Rhea's dating Buddy Matthews from AEW in real life. They've been sort of dating for a few months, as far as we're aware. Yeah, Rhea's dating Buddy Murphy, Buddy Matthews from House of Black. Dom wouldn't be that lucky. Maybe, I don't know. 100% agree, Michael. We have a great community, and I think it's a tight-knit community where we're all here for each other. We're all here to say hello. We'll big each other up when we need to. And you can reprimand me if you need to about being late. And again, I apologise. Naughty Dan. So just giving a bit of a recap of last Monday. So we're getting Damien Priest versus Machine Gun Carl Anderson. Let's get that poll going. Let's get the stream up. That one. Start a poll. And paste. There we go. Poll should be coming into the chat any second now. Banners. Let's update that banner. Carl Anderson's just flattened Dominic. There we go. So it's a good theory, yeah. Like I said, they could pull it off on TV. Obviously, in kayfabe storyline, they are sort of teasing it. They're not confirming everything, but they are giving that tease. Rhea could be. Rhea might be, but I don't know if Buddy would be to allow that to happen. Go on then, Daniel. Let's have a read of this theory. For the undisputed Universal Championship, Bobby Lashley or The Rock, then that vacates them after WrestleMania. I like the idea. Bobby Lashley, I think, is well deserving of another title run. I don't think a part-timer like The Rock should do that. But if you have them vacate it, it just diminishes the title elegance and relevance. That's what I mean. I think it was 2000 in WCW, they had 14 or 15 title changes, and there was about 4 or 5 vacations of that title, and it just meant the title felt worthless. Roman's title, both titles now, the Undisputed and the Universal WWE Championship, feel so premium, so respected and valued because they've been on the same person, and it feels like it's going to take someone big to take it off him. If you take the title off him very quickly, it makes it look weak and it makes it look like it's not actually very credible. So when they're changing a title every few weeks, look at the 24/7 title. It doesn't feel very good. It feels very cheap, and it doesn't build some quality to that title and doesn't build any relevance to that title. But like I said, I like the idea, but I wouldn't have them vacate it. If Bobby Lashley got the title, keep it for a few months. Even if it's just 2 or 3 weeks just to sort of create some intrigue. Michael's changed his profile picture. Is that it's not George the giraffe, is it? Is it Toys R Us mascot? That's what it looks like. We've got Les SmackDown. How we doing? Lashley and Brock trying to just destroy each other. Triple H says, hell no. I think he'll let them go at it. They're both professional. They both know what the jobs are, and they're both physical guys. And I reckon they'll enjoy taking a bit of a beating with each other. High Les SmackDown. New Day should beat the Usos. I don't know. I think it should be a newer tag team to help build them up as a credible team. I still like the idea of the New Day winning again, because having the New Day win, it still keeps that relevancy. Doesn't Theory want to fight Cena? Yeah, he's come out and he's said that he'd like to take him on. I think it'd be a great match. Cena is a credible opponent, so if you'll beat him, that's putting a big feather in your cap to make you feel like a legitimate performer. Still like Jay winning one of the belts? I do. I don't think that'd work, but it's going to that point of the story. But building him up at the same time to feel like a credible threat. Les SmackDown's tired of the New Day. I think without Big E, because it's just the two of them, it does get a bit stale a bit quicker. But when you've got all three there and you can change them in and out, I think that creates a bit more interest. Same as any trios team, but then you have two of them come into a match 1 week, 2 different people a week after, 2 different people a week after, and you can completely change it with that 3-bed rule. Carl Anderson with a sense on. There's a lot of comments coming in, so I'm trying to keep up with the comments as well as call some action. Reversal of Damian Priest with the Irish Whip. Oh, Arn Anderson style span buster. 1, 2. Beautiful from Carl Anderson. So, team with Gunther, they should be the Usos. So, Imperium. Imperium are a beautiful tag team. They're so good at exactly what they do. Oh, Rhea's on the top, on the ring apron now, trying to cause a distraction. Damian Priest with a flatliner type move. Balor looking proud of Rhea. They need an indie team to beat the Usos. The Usos have cleared the roster. Briscoes would be a great team. I'd love to see them in WWE. But because of everything on a backslide. What? Carl Anderson got the win with the backslide. I can't remember the last time I saw someone win with a backslide pinfall. And we're getting a brawl now. Brawl taking it. Everyone's in the ring. Gallows on Dominic. Oh, Rhea with a low blow. Cut to Gallows. You've got AJ and Carl Anderson now. Looking at Rhea. Oh, Rhea swearing in the ring, saying she doesn't give a S word. That lets AJ and Damian Priest attack from behind. So, Damian Priest up, going for the raised edge. Attack me over on AJ. Balor's up top now. Coup de grace to Carl Anderson. What's Dominic doing? Oh, he's taking his chain off. I thought he was sort of grabbing a weapon or something from around his neck. Dominic's going up to the top. Is he going for an Eddie Guerrero 5-star frog splash? He's doing the shimmy. He's doing that shimmy. Frog splash to AJ. So, Damien Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea standing tall before going into the 3-on-3 match at Crown Jewel. So I'll get through the comments while we're waiting. So, Toys R Us mascot, my child was Toys R Us, went to Macy's, they had a little section of Toys R Us. Jeffrey, that's the one. Yeah, you can actually buy a little Funko. Oh, where is it? There it is. A little Funko of Jeffrey as well, if you wanted a Funko of him. Timothy's back. How are you doing, Timothy? Damien Priest got 71% of the votes. Carl Anderson got 28%. So I've got MVP backstage now. So MVP saying that no monster is big enough for the monster among men. But then you've got Omos, which is even bigger. So no one supposedly will measure up to Omos. 7'3". Saturday at Crown Jewel, we're going to find out. Or you might find out sooner. Oh, MVP's on SmackDown and he's got a surprise for Braun Strowman. Oh, we're going JBL, which means we're going Baron Corbin. Can imagine if the Brothers of Destruction came back. I just think they're both happily retired now. It'd be a great sort of pop if they did show up. Maybe on like a Legends night or something like that, but not in the ring. Cut a promo, put over a team, and that's about it. I don't want to see any more than that from him anymore. So it took you till yesterday to figure out the lyrics for the Shatter theme, Bray's new theme. He played the song since Extreme Rules and finally learned them yesterday. That's cool. I can see you've got Bray as your profile picture. Not going to lie, Michael, his Judgment Day is starting to grow on him. I've liked him for a little while. I think that when the first appeared, they wasn't the greatest, but I do think that they are slowly sort of... There was growing on me a while back up until sort of Clash at the Castle type sort of time. Judgment Day is crazy. They're a non-title winning goth rude bullies who only pick on smaller people. Carl Anderson's not the biggest, but Luke Gallows is massive. I think Luke Gallows is bigger than Damien Priest. Gallows and Anderson should beat the Usos. That'd be where I'd want to see it. Both of them are absolutely phenomenal performers. And Gallows and Anderson are already legitimate enough to feel like great title contenders. Timothy agrees with you, Daniel. So do I. So Michael's wondering who joins the OC to stop Rhea. I'm not sure. I don't know if they would. Timothy's come out with a great shout. Becky Lynch. We haven't seen her for a little while. So it makes a great sense to have her come back. And she's got the character where she could work in the OC, I think. Ronda stops Rhea. Different brands, but I think that would be a great match. Ronda is heel on SmackDown and picking on someone else. Yeah, that's the only problem. She's on a different brand. Sasha Banks or even Naomi. If Sasha came back, that would blow the roof off the place, as I said earlier on. But I do think that Sasha Banks may be saved until the Royal Rumble. I say it's only a couple of months away. I think it feels a lot further away than it is, but it's not that far away. Indie Woman Wrestler. I'd have Doudrop come back. We haven't seen her for a few weeks. If you have Doudrop come back, now Nikki Ash has gone back to a Nikki Cross character. So she's not really needed with Nikki Cross. So you'll have her go up against the OC. Braun versus Amos will be a great match. I think it's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a slow match. Becky's a face, has the motorcycle vibe like the Good Brothers, has a feud with Rhea. But Rhea was the face, Becky was the evil, so vice versa. Rhea would be interesting. I completely agree. That'd really work. I completely forgot they'd feuded with Rhea as the face. We've already solved it, Chris. We're going to have Becky come back, I think. Yep, I got you, dude. Don't worry. JBL, yep, is coming out. I don't think so, in all honesty. I think they've pre-recorded it and they're going to be showing that one because a lot of the performers will be going across, obviously, for Crown Jewel on the Saturday. I agree, Todd. I like Baron Corbin. He's such a good heel. He gets everything over that he does. But I do think that it's having JBL there just doesn't seem to work. Still think the name Judgment Day is a horrible name. I think it's growing in... The name itself is growing on me. But I don't think it is the best name for him. Oh yes, we used that one a few weeks ago on one of our YouTube videos and on our live streams as the thumbnail, so yeah. So JBL in the ring, saying it feels so good to be in Texas. So JBL saying that Texas was the center of the colonization. Texas has always been defined by the legends. So JBL talking about sort of some Texas legends and some stories of Texas. Von Erichs, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's getting a big pop, as it should. The greatness of Texas has been immeasurable. Until the snowflakes came along, so JBL flipping it straight away, going into the heel. Gen Zs and millennials have turned Texas into an embarrassment. So JBL saying, just putting over and sort of talking down from everyone, all the sort of, I say youngsters, I don't mean youngsters, but Gen Z millennials, no one should be able to call themselves Texans. JBL saying everyone disgusts him. But even besides that, he's going to introduce greatness. Get up on your snowflake little feet and put your work hands together to welcome Baron Corbin, the modern day wrestling god. I don't like this pairing at all. So while we're getting Baron come out, who would get the loudest pop, Rock or Cena? Let's ask everyone. There we go, let's put a poll out for people. You're asking a question, I'm going to ask it for you, Daniel. Maybe Judgment of Hell for New Judgment Day name. I don't know about the word judgment in there. I think something a bit darker would have worked. Because I loved the way they are. I'd love something to do with the word disciples. I think disciples would really suit that. So Baron Corbin in the ring now, looking ridiculous. Baron Corbin said it must make everyone's day to be in the presence of a modern day wrestling god. Baron Corbin saying he's got it all. He's got it all and everyone else has very little. Baron's there to say thank you from the bottom of his heart to come and see him. So people have had to put in a few extra hours to be able to afford it. So everyone knows the truth. There we go. Our truth. We all know the truth, so here's our truth. Makes sense. He's coming out in a cowboy hat, a checkered shirt, and he's riding a toy horse. Bayley and Bianca are tied in the betting odds. Yeah. I think WWE knows who's going to win, but I don't think anyone else can tell. Mandy Rose should join the OC. Lady Frost against Rhea. That'd work. That'd be a great showing. JBL saying, hey, buffoon. What are you doing to our truth? And saying that our truth looks ridiculous. Our truth wants to wish Dallas a happy Halloween. But he's come out and he wants to tell both of the JBL and Baron Corbin. But he really, really, really likes both of their Halloween costumes. JBL saying they're not wearing costumes. Natural's saying that JBL's dressed as an angry, steaming, out-of-touch old man. And Corbin's the world's biggest... Don't know. Because Corbin swung for R-Truth. So JBL getting involved, and then from behind, end of days from Baron Corbin. I mean, that suit that he's wearing is completely ridiculous, isn't it? It's absolutely hideous. I mean, I know Tyson Fury has worn some crazy things, and I think that would suit him, but not Baron Corbin. JBL said that Corbin is modern day wrestling god and called himself the OG. Dude, I can literally name 20 wrestlers at a time who are better than him and can combine about 30 better. Yeah, but that's the thing about heels. They're, especially JBL, very cocky, very arrogant. And by the looks of it, we're going to be getting the Trick or Street fight match, so I'm going to get that banner ready for everyone. So, that one. So let's have a look. So I'm going to end that other poll now. So we had 83% of people say The Rock. I do think that would get the bigger pop all day long. Just to have him come up and turn up for a change. It's crazy because the true wrestling god of WWE never said once that he is. To be clear, the wrestling god is clearly the Undertaker. I can't fault you there, and neither can Todd. The four disciples. I've got the disciples in my head, but I don't know what else to work with it. Disciples of change, disciples of darkness. Disciples of judgment? I don't know. I'm not sure. But I don't think the word disciples is a great name for something that's got that very gothic, emo, dark sort of aesthetic on them. So I think The Rock would cause all of the Bloodline story to go even higher. Yeah. If you put The Rock in there and put Roman over The Rock, it's going to be monumental. It's going to be huge. Corbin needs to get out of his pajamas and give the hat back to Soap Guy. It's a horrible outfit, in it. The full segment, yeah. Horrible segment with JBL and Corbin. But it was the truth. We got ZJI in. How are you doing, ZJI? Sassy saying hello. Timothy agreed, plus him going against Roman at Mania. It would make sense for The Rock to have a louder comeback. Yeah, definitely. If Dean Ambrose returns, would he side with Roman and the Bloodline or Seth? I think he'd stay on his own. Did he join Lucha House Party? Yeah, so hideous. To tell you the truth, this sucks. The segment, it sucked. Solo Sikoa, the new undisputed champion. That's one person we haven't sort of spoke about beating Roman for a while. Tonight we're going to tell-all interview with Johnny Gargano. Ooh. So he's got the truth with The Miz and Dexter Loomis. We've got Damage Control in the back, and we've got Nikki Cross sat rocking. So we've got the ring load of pumpkins on the ring apron. I knew Sassy would have to charm in. Dean's dead, long live Moxley, back in WWE at the Hall of Fame. I don't know if I would ever see Moxley in WWE. So I'm saying long live Mox. Solo, the new US champ. I would prefer him to be the US champ, or, more, I'd say the IC title with him being more on SmackDown. Riddle's coming out dressed as Ezekiel. And then we've got Elias joining him. I've never been a fan of Corey Graves, but perfect explanation. This is weird as hell. Do I think Bayley wins the Raw Championship at Crown Jewel? 100%. 100% she's winning it. Don't want Seth Solo to beat Seth for the championship? No. That's why I'd probably have him go for the IC title and win. So sure. I missed the first hour, I apologise. But from what I've seen so far, we're almost an hour in. It's been quite fun. Solo's IC title, yeah, 100%. Timothy wants Seth to hold on to the US title for a long, long time. So I've got Chad Gable coming out. I don't know who he's meant to be dressed as. So he could have dressed up as any great philosopher. He could have dressed up as any sort of philosopher, but none of the dimwits in Texas would have got it. So he's dressed up as a personal hero. He's dressed as Patrick Swayze. I wouldn't have got that, in all honesty. Todd agrees with Sassy. The Bringers of Judgment. Maybe, yeah. That'd work. Disciples of Darkness. I like that. Disciples of Darkness is good. Timothy came up with the name Disciples of Darkness. Yeah. So we're getting a little dance from Otis and Chad Gable. Kendo Keynes. Riddle has so much smoke. Riddle's awesome. I love Riddle. He's so fun. Michael's back. 24/7 championships still exist. They don't do it on live TV. They just do it on house shows and main event. Yeah. It's not main event worthy, I don't think, anymore. Riddle's definitely one of Timothy's favourite guys on Raw, if not WWE. His character is comedy and wrestling gold. Exactly the same as R-Truth. R-Truth is amazing. Randy Orton comes back and beats Roman for the Undisputed Championship. No. I want Randy Orton to come back and attack Riddle. I want Riddle to get absolutely destroyed by Orton. So here we go. That one, start a poll. There you go. Who do we think is going to win this one? Matt Riddle or Otis? Answers. You can do it in the poll or you can stick it in chat. So I doesn't have to share. Mox dressed as a Halloween cat. False suit. His wife and daughter are witches. I bet you love him in a suit, don't you, Sassy? Otis reminds Sassy of Chris Farley, who was obviously on Saturday Night Live fame. Why? I like Riddle or not? I do. I just think it's got to the point where I like Randy as the bad guy. If you have Riddle come back, Riddle in the ring, at something like Royal Rumble, and Randy Orton comes out and then throws Riddle out and just says, I'm just going for the title. But then the next night on Raw, Orton turns on Riddle. You've got a massive build for a match at WrestleMania with a long-term story. And long-term stories are usually what get the biggest draws. Goes up against Riddle, and then after he's beaten Riddle at WrestleMania, or Riddle beats him, he goes into doing a sort of heel show where he'll put over someone like Gargano, maybe, who else? Austin Theory, and puts over some of the newer talent. I wonder if we're going to returns or debuts tonight or this weekend. I don't think so. I don't think we will. Daniel can see Randy and Cody tagging. I think that'd be great because they used to obviously be in Legacy together with Ted DiBiase Jr. So there is technically an inbuilt story already previously. But as Sassy said, we need Randy for singles. I think he's so much better as a singles performer. I have enjoyed the Riddle stuff and I think it's been great fun. But I don't want him as a bad, evil, twisted legend killer again. Nikki Cross won the 24/7 championship on Saturday, but then Tamina took it. So currently Tamina's 24/7 title holder. That's interesting. Wonder I'll take it off Tamina. Love Randy as the good. Why does whenever I type good it auto corrects to Hood? I don't know. We got Hood there. So yeah, we've got the word good right there. But then we've got Hood there. Randy v Seth for the US Championship. It's the only one that wants to take the belt from Seth. Anyone does it besides Riddle is not going to be happy, says Timothy. Riddle being a heel, turning to the dark side with Randy. I don't know. I think Riddle is too fun and he's got too much comedy to be a dark character. Said Jay, I just want Seth to keep it, period. Timothy's agreeing. Lashley and Braun as a tag team, that'd be crazy. That would be some mountain of men. So, even though I'm an hour late, technically, even though it's still only 2 o'clock in the morning, I need my snacks. What have you had for your dinner, Sassy? I know I always ask you, because you always have some delicious food. So, for right now, I've got some what are called chicken straws, and it's basically just chicken French fries. Sassy agrees with Seth holding the title for a while. It was titleless for too long, yeah. Omos and Braun as a tag team. I think with them feuding, I don't think we'll see that. But Omos and Lashley, I think would be quite a good pairing, or Lashley and Braun Strowman. Judgment Day's original name was Saints of Fate. That's so much better, though. Why wouldn't you stick with that instead of changing it to Judgment Day? Seth deserves a lot more than holding a title for a month. Yep, I agree. Oh, do you want to beat the Usos? I want DIY to dethrone him. I'd love it to get to that point. Build up Ciampa, because obviously he's out at the minute. I don't know if it's actually a legitimate injury. But have him reform the friendship with Johnny Gargano. And maybe do the same storyline that you did in NXT. Build it up as the underdog, winning the title, and then turn on Gargano. So I've just had Otis do the worm. Corey Graves saying it's like the worm out from Tremors, which was such a fun film. So cheesy. Riddle picked up Otis. Otis went headfirst into a steel chair in the corner. Let him hold on to the title for a couple of years. I wouldn't have said a couple of years, but I'd said at least a good 5-6 month reign. Riddle with a kendo stick to Otis. A Judgment Day changing the name. I don't think they are. We were just having a bit of a chat about the name on them and what we think it should be. I said, oh, Chad Gable's just gone through a table. Otis counters the RKO from Riddle with a big, strong slam. Yeah, we was just talking about Judgment Day's name, saying we never was a big fan. So we were sort of coming up with stuff. I mean, I like the name Disciples. I think that would have been quite well. It would fit them quite well. So what about Disciples of Fate? I quite like the idea of that. So Elias has put a pumpkin on Otis's head. And then an RKO. 1, 2, 3 counts a Riddle from the RKO with the pumpkin on Otis's head. That was just it felt very short because we had the commercial break and we only got minutes, very few minutes worth of action. Back to OG Rhea problem about Shayna B joins AJ and the brothers. That'd be brutal. She'd be more physical than the OC, the OG. O beats Gunther. Would I have Solo beat him and let the Usos have, let the Bloodline hold all of the gold? I just need to come and live with you for a month, Sassy, and just eat all of some of your food. That sounds so good. Not a lot of people like Brussels sprouts, but I love them. So Timothy wants New Day or OC. Dakota Kai is going crazy backstage. Sheamus beats Gunther. The only reason Gunther is champ because of stupid referee call. Kind of, yeah. I agree. Sheamus or Solo to beat Gunther. Sheamus is way over. I agree as well with that one. So 78% of people said Riddle would win. Majority of you got it right. Gunther tapped before she counted 3 but didn't see it because Sheamus causing Sheamus to lose. Got cheated. In a way, yes. But storyline dictated that they do it that way. Keeps both men looking strong. Yeah, they did Judgment Day because they liked that it was a callback to the pay-per-view. Yeah, it was a pay-per-view back then. It wasn't a premium live event, was it? But yeah, it's annoying going from a pay-per-view to it being called a PLE now. Patreon and Super Chats are open for donations. If you want to Super Chat us, you can do. We do appreciate it. Anything from $1 or £1 all the way up to whatever you want. We would be massively appreciative of any of that we get. Miz is coming out wearing his t-shirt. My balls are massive. We've got Louis Arturo Gomez Arturo. I'm hoping I've pronounced that right. I do really apologise if I haven't pronounced it any good. But thank you very much for joining us. Omos versus Reigns would be good. I think it would look better than the match itself would be. I think Omos is still very green in the ring and struggling to put on a quality match. But I would say give him another few months and it could be good enough to put on a passable match. Sassy saying hello, Louise. Ella, Sassy. No, not again. Oh, are you just going to hide for a little bit until the Miz disappears? If you fall asleep while watching, do not worry. If you're falling asleep because you're tired, I'm not going to complain at that. I can't be mad if you're spending time with us instead of sleeping. I would honestly say, get to sleep. Go to sleep, look after yourself, rest up. Whenever you, and like I said, I'm appreciative that you've been here with us for 10 minutes or an hour. You don't have to spend all night with us if you don't want to, dude, and you're tired. Get some sleep. I like that idea. MVP and Almost versus Lashley and Braun. MVP, I don't know if he's still working through an injury, or if it's a kayfabe one, or if he is completely fine. But MVP can put on a great match. Lashley and Braun can put on a good match, so they could help carry Omos through it. Yes, 100% yes. That looks like a great idea. So we're on a commercial break in a minute, so I will get back to the show in a minute. Should RVD come back to WWE for a one-match storyline? I'm going to say no, because I don't think that one story would be enough for him. I think he'd come in and it would be very good, but I don't think that it would need more than just one storyline to make it worth it. So if he came back, I think it would either be just to go into the Hall of Fame, or could it be come in? I think a match with Riddle would be great. You could have Riddle as the face going up against RVD as the face, because it's very rare that we have a proper face versus face match. RVD turns up and gets a massive cheer because he's returning, and then have him go up against Riddle in a, what could we call it? What could we call the match between them? It's got to be something sort of 420 related. What could you call that match? Answers in the chat. I can't think of anything that would work. What former WWE star would I bring back? If I could bring him back, Eddie Guerrero. Obviously, I couldn't do that, but I do think that what would I like to see back in WWE itself? I'd love to see Jericho back for a little bit. So we've got Ali coming down to the ring, so So Mustafa Ali versus The Miz. Who do I think's going to win this one? I'm doing the poll already for you. There you go. Poll is in the chat, guys. So I sent in Miz version of White Rabbit. What is Miz's secret? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with this one, but I think it's going to be something to do with Miz's past and his wronged Dexter Loomis in a way. Sassy's back. Bongos match. With Elias as a special referee. HBK for me, just one more match. If he hadn't have done the one at Crown Jewel a few years ago, I think that would be a great call. But after that match, he said he would want to stay retired. I'd like to see him back. Storyline, great. Jericho and Black. RVD and Riddle would be an Extreme Weeds match. Surely that'll just be a lot of lawnmowers and stuff like that. Getting rid of all the lawnmowers. JTG or Carly are not big names, but I love them in the ring. Both great performers, they're both very fun. Rock, Stone Cold, you've got plenty of names that you could bring back. They have no one like Black on the roster. No. I think that'd be a great call. Malachi / Aleister Black. Stone Cold vs Rock again. That'd be such huge numbers. Inverted Atomic Drop from Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali shouting, "You've got tiny balls." ZJ, I'd bring back James Ellsworth just to fight Omos. Why stop at James Ellsworth? Why not go for Hornswoggle? And have literally the Baby versus Goliath match. So we're actually caught up. Oh, yeah, that one. We don't want that one. Boat to the jaw from the Miz. Rock versus Stone Cold main event of WrestleMania. Mustafa Ali off the second rope, turnbuckle. So they've main evented 3 WrestleManias together, 15, 17 and 19. And they had such a good set of matches, and the trilogy of matches I don't think could have been perfected. Sassy would love to see Sami Callihan versus Bray Wyatt. Oh, that'd be awesome. I think that'd be a great pair of matches. Well, I'll say pair of matches. Great pairing for a match. If we're debuting people, Joe Hendry, Eddie Edwards would be your pick. I'd go Zack Sabre Jr. because I think Zack Sabre Jr. is probably the best professional wrestler on the planet. I don't think he's the best at promos. I don't think he's the complete best in the ring. But when you look at the overall package, I don't think there is anyone better. Maybe Will Ospreay. Bella Twins returning would be cool. They'd get a big pop as well. Michael would love to see that match, Sassy. Book it. Let's try and book it. Tweet Sami Callihan, tweet WWE, tag him in the same tweet, and just say Yuto going up against Bray Wyatt. Uncle Howdy's either Barry Windham, Kendall, or Bo Dallas, someone from Bray's family. I think it's Bo Dallas. If you have a look, he's got a very distinctive, or he had a very distinctive black earring. And you saw that with Uncle Howdy. Very sort of similar to the one that I've got there. So if I do that, it's very similar to that sort of thing, where it's like a black ring on there. Eddie Edwards' contract's up at the end of November, which is great time. WWE sign him, do teasers, debuts at the Royal Rumble. Easy. Main event of WrestleMania 39, Gobbledygook versus the real White Rabbit Adam Rose. I'd go main event of WrestleMania 39. Adam Rose versus No Way Jose, because they both have the same exact gimmick. Todd was watching an indie show a few days ago. It was Women's Wrestling. They're brilliant, absolutely phenomenal. Unbelievable talent in that promotion. Jay White maybe as well. Yeah, Jay White would be an awesome addition. So there's been so many performers go through WoW that you've got in other promotions now. And they are one of the best sort of development indies to sort of bring people up to the big time. I think they've had people like Tony Storm there, Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, who's WWE side? They've had Doudrop, Piper Niven. So there's plenty of people that have worked the indies and then made it to WWE or AEW. Jay White, yep, I did that one. Remember when you said your bug guy was in a wrestling promotion? Oh, what name was it? What promotion is it then, dude? Motor City Machine Guns versus the Usos, that'd be great. Briscoes versus the Usos, I think it'd be awesome. Who's going to get kicked out of the Bloodline first, Jay or Sami? I think Sami. Theory versus Riddle. I think that'd be quite good. Rated RKO should come back. I don't know. I think Edge is at the point where he's looking at more the retirement side and only doing one-off occasions. And I think Randy's going to that point as well, but maybe not as much. It's called Four Pillars, but hasn't started. All right, that's not a problem. If you find any information about it, tweet it to us. You can either do it to myself just here, or you can do it to the one just underneath it, which is the Gimme Holy Air one right there. And we'll keep our eyes out. Yeah, it's a very cool name. Kid Bandit's fantastic wrestler. Look them up. Favourite Indies wrestler right now? Yeah, we will do. Timothy's already all over it. Four Pillars of Purgatory. New Judgment Day name. Four Disciples of Purgatory, maybe? Chris Bay, yeah, great performer. Thanks for the comments, GAHY, yeah. Ali's going up to the top rope now with a crossbody splash to the Miz. Miz just clotheslined Mustafa Ali over the announce desk. Vince should come back and give someone a stunner. I think when... No, but I was going to say, when... Oh, Dexter Lumis is here. Dexter Lumis attacking the Miz. What if Vince is Uncle Howdy? Theory versus Ali, I think that would be a great match. Didn't we see that a few weeks ago? Vince should stay away from WWE. I agree at the minute. I think he should stay as far away from WWE for at least another 6 months. Yeah. Mustafa Ali just super kicked the Miz's chin off his head. Mustafa Ali up to the top now. 450 splash. Beautiful. 1, 2, and 3 count. Bray was having beef with Vince before he left. Yep, I remember it, but I just think that having Vince involved in anything at the minute is too fresh. Miz versus Riddle, I think we've seen that one as well. Oh, yep, Lomas turned up. Vince needs to come back and be arrested on Raw. In real life, or kayfabe? I think he should be arrested in real life for what he's supposedly done. Uncle Howdy, Uncle of WWE, never know. Chris Bay might be one of the top rising stars of the year alongside Kid Bandit and Danny Limelight. They'll probably be looked at. So WWE investigates. Johnny Gargano tell-all interview up next. So Mustafa Ali got 88% of the votes there. So who is Uncle Harper? Do you mean Uncle Howdy? We presume, or I think it's Bo Dallas. Real life, yep. Needs to pay for what he did. AJ vs Ali, yep. AJ Styles would be awesome. Both unbelievably talented in the ring. So let's have a look. I've just got the banner ready because it said that we're getting the WWE Investigates up in a second. Dode released Naomi, Sasha, Bray, and Braun in the same year. Yeah, I know. Sprouts done. You can't go wrong with bacon and sprouts. Pretty sure there's 2 uncles. There could be. ZJI says he's got an idea. And Abby? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Kebab or pizza, Dan? I'm a pizza guy all the way. I don't think there's enough pizza in the world to make me happy. Everything's better with bacon. I agree. Timothy saying released all those people, but you don't release Theory. Yep, face part. Cousin Dallas. Yeah. And Agatha and Uncle Howdy. I don't know who I would. I think that Uncle Howdy will be Bo Dallas, but I would have had Nikki Cross in sort of like the Sister Abigail sort of character. She could have sort of had a mental breakdown or something like that in terms of kayfabe story, and then gone up as the Sister Abigail sort of character, and it would have, I think, worked quite well. Excuse me. Becky does need to come back. I agree. I don't know when we'll see her next, but I mean, we've got Survivor Series coming up. They may do something at Crown Jewel, but I doubt that. And Agatha will be Alexa Bliss. Evil Bliss returns. Sounds like a cool idea. She knows she can pull that character off quite well. Although I want Alexa to go back to where Twisted Bliss, where she was dressing up like Harley Quinn and stuff like that. because I just thought that was the best version of her character. Am I a sweets person? I'm a bit of both. I don't mind savoury stuff. I've got savoury at the moment, but then I've got cookies for later on as well. Milk chocolate chip and toffee cookies. Absolutely gorgeous they are. Little chocolate chips and little pieces of toffee in there as well, and they're just absolutely melt in the mouth. Unbelievably good. So we've got Baron Saxton, and he's saying that Dexter Lumis has been stalking The Miz over the past few months, attacking him. And the person that's going to expose all is Johnny Gargano. So Baron Saxton says he's sat down with Johnny Gargano. So who is Dexter Lumis? Gargano is saying that Dexter Lumis has his quirks, he's known him for years. Dexter married into his NXT family. So the family fell apart after the wedding. So Dexter lost his job and fell on hard times. I like the way this has been filmed. It's very nice. It's very sort of realistic. So the Miz supposedly took advantage of Dexter losing his job. So they're even doing a reenactment of someone dressed as Dexter Lumis. So the night of Gargano's return, so the Miz and Dexter Lumis was talking, and Gargano recorded it. So the Miz basically Miz is bribing Dexter Lumis. So supposedly there was a financial arrangement. So Gargano is saying that the Miz thinks he's a celebrity. So Gargano's hinting that Miz has paid Dexter Lumis to be a fake attacker. So Gargano's saying that the Miz is basically acting. So it was all a con. So Gargano saying along sometime Miz has stopped paying Dexter Lumis. So that's what's caused this. So Dexter Lumis is supposedly owed money, which is it's such a clever storyline because of the way that it's been done. So the Miz hired Dexter Lumis to fake attack him, and then the Miz has stopped paying. So let's get back to some of the comments. So Bliss, I don't think is crazy anymore after the Ronda match. Who's returning in the Men's Royal Rumble? Cody, Randy Orton, straight away. Easy question for me to answer. War Games theories for the War Games match has been tossed and tripped and tickled. Yep. Chocolate chip cookies, top 3 of all-time greatest desserts. I'd say top 5 guaranteed, but maybe not top 3 for me. Are we about to hear the truth? We had the truth earlier on, Michael. Our truth came out and spoke to JBL. The chicken things I'm eating are called chicken straws. It's basically reformed chicken in the shape of fries, basically. So it looks like a fry. You expect it to look like a fry, but it's just pure chicken breast. Carmel, I had another miscarriage. Yep, I heard about that. Sending our best thoughts out from everyone at the Gimme a Whole Year team, everyone in the chat, to Corey and Carmella. Yeah, they look like fries. They taste like chicken, though, because it's chicken. A struggling artist, please tell me he's not Australian. Fridge Raiders, very, very similar. So this is the supermarket-owned brands version of Fridge Raiders, basically. Imagine Maurice dressing as Dexter to scare the Miz, and Miz it's Maurice thinking it's Dexter. That'd be hilarious. Trifecta, yep. I usually do 4, but doing 3 is very unusual. Anything that's not 4 is very strange for me. But thank you very much. Johnny Wrestling's unbelievable. Johnny Wrestling is so good. Yes, it's true. Yeah, definitely our thoughts go out to Corey and Carmella. Not seen Fridge Raiders in ages. No. They're such a nice, quick and easy snack for doing something like this because they're bite-sized. They're not crunchy, so they don't make so much noise while I'm eating them on the microphone. So they are very good to have on the stream. Everyone in here. We all send our thoughts out. Everyone in the chat. Sassy, Michael, Timothy, Daniel, ZJI, Todd. All of us send our best wishes to Carmella with the tragedy. Definitely to Corey as well. Johnny making him his knees miraculously heal last week was pure gold. It was brilliant. Dexter versus Miz. Yep, can't wait for that. Oh, I didn't realise Lex has got new music. I quite like that new music. It's very sort of pop punk with a female vocalist, which I quite like. Avril Lavigne, anything like that is my cup of tea music-wise. I mean, Johnny Gargano's Rebel Heart music, unbelievably good song. Such a good, catchy song. Bliss and Oscar. Women's Tag Team title match, Damage Control versus Alexa Bliss. I'm going to get that poll literally ready to go. So the Asuka Halloween costume was actually Asuka. Yeah, it was a good one. It was very good. Owens, Dexter, or The Miz. Dexter. You can't have a storyline like this with The Miz win, because it just means that Dexter looks weak and feeble. Miz tried to take an injury. It showed the water bottle he used to spill. Yeah, we know. So did Sassy. Bliss and Asuka were going to win, or Damage Control is going to win, then Tegan Nox attacks Carter. I'd like that. I would really like that. You're going to have Bayley probably show up and maybe interfere to keep the titles on Damage Control. It's Loomis. Yeah. Asuka thinks every day is Halloween. Yeah. Braun Strowman's new finisher, the Powerbomb, isn't as good as the old Power Slam. I don't know. I think the Power Slam doesn't look as impactful as a Powerbomb from someone that size. Timothy's now got to change the finisher in WWE. Yep. Got to keep up to date with this. Braun's Powerbomb is overpowered. Look at the size of him, though. I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's fitting of his size. Bella Twins v Damage Control would be a good match, I think. Bella Twins versus Alexa and Asuka v Damage Control main event WrestleMania. I think it'd work quite well. I think that'd be quite a fun match. So going Damage Control come out to the ring now. So Damage Control Women's Tag Team Champions coming out to the ring. Timothy with a spoiler alert. Alexa and Asuka wins. Ding Dong Bayley. We just need Randy back. Randy and Cody, I think. Michael will be upset if Damage Control loses. I don't think they will at the minute, dude. Todd agreeing with Mike. Yep, I agree. There you go. The poll is in. Women's Tag Title, Damage Control versus Bliss and Asuka. Oh, do we think it's going to win? Timothy's the other way, I'm afraid, dudes. Timothy wants Alexa and Asuka to win. they can lose them belts for all UK. I think that they need to hold all of the titles available to them. So the women's tag titles, and then Bayley winning on Saturday. So they've got all three titles, well, two sets of titles, at least for a little while, to really build them up. Cody Universal Champion. Probably WrestleMania. I think that will happen. So while waiting for the match to get started, if you haven't already, do like and share the video. Do subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. We do have our merchandise shop available. It is in the description of the video. I will copy that link and I'll put it in the chat for everyone. That one. So we're starting off with Bliss. And we're getting Bliss and Io Sky. There you go. If you want to buy anything with the Gimme a Whole Year logo on, you can go to our spread shop. There's t-shirts available, there's hoodies, there's jackets, there's t-shirts as your standard, baseball caps, there's masks, there's teddy bears, and they can all be delivered in time for Christmas if you don't want them. Alexa and Oscar going to win, says Daniel. We'll see. If you haven't put the vote in the chat, you can have a look on there. There is the poll available. So Dakota Kai is now in the ring. Forearm to the back of Alexa. Big boot to Bliss's face from Dakota Kai. Goes for a pin. 1, 2, and kick out. AEW still interested in Naomi and Sasha. How can you not be? They'd be two of the biggest stars to go from WWE to AEW. Bidding war, yep. And I think it'll be the same in 2024 if MJF's contract hasn't been extended and he's not paid a more pricely sum. Io Sky went for a very sort of weak-looking pin. Dakota Kai now tagged in again. Big standing boot to Bliss's face. Dakota Kai going for a right hand. Bliss looked like she was going for a Sister Abigail, but then ended up with a different type of slam. Double knees and then a senton from Bliss. 2 count. Bliss with a back elbow to Dakota Kai. And then head scissor takedown. Tag to Oscar. Dakota having her hair ripped off. Well, not ripped off, obviously. Quake fire attacks. And then a German suplex to Dakota Kai from Oscar. Empress of Tomorrow looking strong. We've got Bayley with damage control, and we've got Bianca on the outside as well, probably to keep Bayley at bay. Oh, this is a stare down. Oscar versus Io Sky. This will probably be more strong style than anything. back and forth, slaps, chops, elbows. Asuka's unloading on here. Big, strong clothesline from Asuka, taking down Io Sky. Reports said WWE was going to lose Renee yet. Renee was such an asset to any company. Talent was unbelievable. And then Swerve for talking to talents. Yep. I mean, if they're not doing it, if they're doing something underhanded, they should be pulled up on it. Asuka with a drop kick to Io Sky. And then the Empress tomorrow with a rear attack, taking Dakota Kai off the apron as well. Dakota got out of the way of Alexa, coming to the outside, so ended up giving a drop kick to her. Kicks from Asuka to Io Sky, and then goes for another big kick, but ends up hitting the ring post. Io Sky with a dragon screw on the leg of Asuka. Did Johnny say what the whistle blowing was? He did, in a way. So now we're on commercial break, I can actually give you the proper explanation. So supposedly, The Miz hired Dexter Lumis to attack him to save him in having to properly compete. Which is why he just turned up. They faced off against each other, why there was no physical interaction. And then Dexter Lumis attacked The Miz to make Miz not look weak when he went up against Bobby Lashley in the steel cage, and Lou lost. And then supposedly at some point, The Miz stopped paying Dexter Lumis, and that's why Dexter Lumis is coming back to try and get his money that he's owed. So I hope that gives you a reasonable explanation. Very condensed version, but that's the basics. Nakamura needs a title run. He had a long one with the IC title, but didn't seem to do anything with it. I think he should have won it when he went up against AJ Styles at WrestleMania after winning the Royal Rumble, but they wanted the heel turn, and I don't think it worked for him. So Sassy doesn't like the combo of Asuka and Bliss against Damage Control. It should be Becky and Bianca. I think that would work better, but I don't know if they're doing something with Becky, or she may be having a niggling injury, which is keeping her out of action. Kofi title run? I don't think so. He's a great performer, but I don't think that he's main event level anymore. I don't think he's even considered in that vein like he was in 2019. I think out of everyone, Big E is probably the best person to go and have a good title run. But obviously with his neck injury, I don't know if that is going to happen again. Bliss isn't ruthless enough. She can be. If you look at when she went up against Bayley and the This Is Your Life segment, it was brutal. It was very, very evil-ish. But I don't know if doing it long term would work. But yeah, when it was Bianca versus Bayley, not Bianca, Alexa versus Bayley, and Bayley was still the hugger, she didn't seem to have a mean streak, and there was teases with a kendo stick and stuff like that. And it took a long while for her to get the heel persona right, but I think Bayley is one of the best female heels on the roster now. Big E versus Seth or Gunther. Any combination of them for me. Why not do it as a triple threat? That'd be awesome. Not the right character, needs more of a Tegan Nox. Yep. I was quite not surprised or shocked, but I was expecting Tegan Nox to come out at the end of Clash at the Castle or get involved in the match. Because she's from Wales, not far from where she was sort of born and grew up. Wasn't that far from where we was at Clash of the Castle. So it would have been absolutely awesome to have her show up, because the pop she would have got, I think, would have been one of the biggest pops of the year. But I reckon Triple H is trying to get her signed if he hasn't already. Uppercut from Io Sky. Oscar leveraging Io Sky to make her get her out of the ring. Io back in with the help from Bayley and gets the tag to Dakota Kai. Oscar with a roll up gets just a toe count. Oh, nothing more than that. Backslide, we saw a win pin earlier on. 1, 2. Dakota Kai kicks out and then bicycle kick to Oscar. Dakota Kai thrown to the outside again. So Ronda beats Bianca and becomes undisputed women's champion. I think they could pull that storyline off, but I think they've already done it with the tag titles and the main titles, so I don't think they'd want to do another pairing of titles. Bliss attacking Dakota Kai left and right. Lots of attacks. Dakota with a big slap. Well, went for a kick, missed. Bliss with some good solid attacks. Knees to the back. Do I think Great Khali will be Crown Jewel? I don't think so. I think Triple H is of the mindset of, unless you're going to stick around and be a valuable asset, I don't think he's interested in him. Sassy Up's not as well. Ronda loses to Charlotte. Charlotte has to have a title. I think that's where they're going to end up. Or they may do the match they was going to do at Survivor Series a few years ago with Becky Lynch and Ronda, because we haven't had a proper payoff to that one. So drop kick, slide and leg sweep from Oscar and Bliss. Bliss looking for Oscar looking for the armbar. Io Sky intervenes and gets the break. Oh, beautiful backbreaker from Io Sky. Dakota Kai attacking Oscar's legs now. Tagging out to Io Sky. So in comes Io Sky. Double knees in the corner. Dream WWE match. Put your answers in the comments. Who you think would be a dream match in WWE. Beautiful springboard drop kick from Io Sky. 1, 2, kick out from Oscar. Not if anyone wants to return at Crown Jewel. Muhammad Hassan is very underrated and beat The Undertaker. It is, but he hasn't done any wrestling for years. I know he supposedly made a few indie dates, but that's about it. Is it me or is it hard to watch WWE women and AW when you watch women's indie wrestling? It's because of the restrictions, I think. Armbar on Io Sky, armbar. If he taps out or submits. Oscar again, looking for the armbar. Oscar lock. Bailey's on the apron. So Io's tapping out. Io's tapping. Dakota Kai breaks him up. Bianca's drops Bailey. So Bliss went for a DDT. Headbutt from Dakota Kai. Oscar kick. Dakota with a scorpion kick. Beautiful. So Bailey and Bianca attacking each other outside the ring. So they're up on a platform type thing. Belly to Bailey, throw a table on the outside off that platform. Crowd with the Holy S word chant. So Oscar with a kick to the midsection of Io Sky. Dakota Kai gets out of the way of the rear attack. Bliss throwing Dakota Kai into the steel steps. Dakota Kai, no, Io Sky with a beautiful kick to Oscar. Io up to the top rope. Over the moonsault, lands on her feet. Oscar go out the way. Big kick to Io Sky. Bliss tagged in. Climb up to the top. Twisted Bliss. Are we going to get it? 1, 2, 3. That's a shocker. That is such a shock. That's crazy. That was completely unexpected. That's completely thrown me. I didn't expect that. I thought they was going to put the title on Bailey before taking the titles off him. That's completely shocks me. So that is the end of Monday Night Raw. I'm going to do my review. And then I'll do the last few of the comments because there's a couple of good questions in there that I'm going to go through. So that's it. Monday Night Raw's over with. So I'm going to get rid of them for the time being. Close that one off. So even though I was an hour late, sorry everyone. The match quality itself was a very good night show. I did quite like the last match, the women's tag titles. My segment of the night, I liked R-Truth coming out. I know it was a very rubbish segment itself, but R-Truth always makes anything that he touches brilliant. My performer of the night, I would probably sort of say probably Roman, because the segment he put on with The Miz, again, it was quite short, but it was straight to the point, but it was entertaining. And Roman as the heel is always going to be brilliant because he's found his character. So yeah, I'd give the show itself, based on what I saw, a good 6.5 out of 10. It wasn't fantastic because leading up to a premium live event on Saturday, but it was still a very good show. So I'm going to go through all the comments, and I've got a couple of questions I want to ask myself based on a couple of things that I've done. So I'll wait till I've done the comments and then I will ask. So the question we had was dream matches in wrestling. So Michael's dream match is Sting versus Taker versus The Fiend versus Mankind. That'd be a spooky match. That'd be great on a Halloween show. Daniel Wild, Shield versus Bloodline. Again, good trios set pairing. Shield versus House of Black versus Death Triangle. I think Sassy would be excited as hell to watch that. What about the Shield versus Blackpool Combat Club? That way you get two different versions of Moxley. DX versus the Shield or Bloodline. Yep, another great pairing. Versus the Elite versus Austin, Open Elimination Chamber. I was having a think about it, and I was thinking something like Eddie Guerrero versus Will Ospreay, or Eddie Guerrero versus Ricochet, because I do quite like a high spot match and sort of high risk top rope stuff, and both of them was unbelievable. Will Ospreay versus Rey Mysterio. I mean, we've seen it before, but it's still such a good pairing. Michael, if you've got to go, don't worry. Have a good night, man. Get some sleep, rest up. Yeah, the match itself was pretty decent, but women's indie wrestling is just a lot more free, I think. Yeah, and I agree. Why did they do it? Triple H doesn't want a female bloodline. I can understand it, but to build a faction and make them feel legitimate, you've got to do stuff like that. Whether it is a replication of another storyline, but look at Evolution from 2004-ish, 5-ish. They had the world title, they had the tag titles, and they had the US title. US Intercontinental, I think. It was Randy Orton that had the Intercontinental. Batista and Ric Flair had the tag. And it was built so well because you had the dynamic of everyone in there being a title holder. To say it, but do I like the ending and booking of the match? No, I agree. Performers Alexa and Oscar, I can agree with that one. It was very good. Gotta go. Your Raw is on. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, Timothy. We appreciate you. And anytime you want to come back in, just come and join us. If you take the notification bell, you'll know when we're going live again. Wednesday will be Ant, and Saturday will be, I think, Dom, me, and Ant at some point. I'm working part of Crown Jewel, but I'm more than likely going to be back on Friday for SmackDown as well. Tag team title match, yeah, Miz and Roman, brilliant. 5.5, so not the best show for Sassy. Is WWE killing Damage Control momentum? Possibly, I don't know. I don't think so, because I reckon Bayley's going to be winning on Saturday. Todd agrees. Yep, I don't think so either. 2 out of 10 for Chris. Aussie Open versus Blackpool Combat Club versus Shield versus Elite versus House of Black versus Death Triangle is dream. That'd be insane. That would be such an insane match to keep track of. But if I could sort of go for anything, what about Undisputed Era versus DX? Adam Cole and Roderick Strong versus Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Obviously, when they was both in the prime. So Daniel Wiley's going. Thank you very much for joining us again, dude. We appreciate you coming, saying hello. And again, whenever we're live, make sure you've got that notification bell ticked and you can come and join us whenever you want. So, I mean, I'm going to ask the 7 people in. I've got an unboxing video to do. If you have a look on the YouTube channel, it is already showing on there. Because I am late, or I was late, I was looking at starting. I was going to do it tomorrow, but if you would like me to do it right now, I'll end this stream and I'll go back live again in a few minutes. Gives me a chance to sort of go grab it, go to the bathroom, and then I can come back on and do it. Or I can do it as a separate video tomorrow so people can get rested up. Because I know it's going on in time. I know it's 3 o'clock in the morning here. I'm usually till gone 4 o'clock. So I'm okay to stay and do it. But if people want it tomorrow, I can come back, or I'll do it tomorrow. It might make more sense to do it then. Because it'll only be a short video. It'll only be sort of a 15 minute. Okay, that makes it easy. The moderator's telling me what needs to be done. Separate video, I need to get to bed. Okay, that's not a problem, Sassy. I shall listen to you. I've set it for tomorrow, UK time, 10 o'clock. Just because that way it's not too late for myself because I'm at work on the Wednesday. But it is late enough where it makes more. It's more inclusive because of the time zones and stuff like that. Todd's same, so not a problem. I shall be back tomorrow with the unboxing. It's Pro Wrestling Tees. I will grab a link to that. So if you give me a second. That one, where's my studio? That one. That one, there we go. So we've got the link to the video in the chat. So if you want to get notified, you can go on. You can already like the video, share it, and subscribe if you want to. And you can also put comments in there if you want, all ready for me tomorrow. Yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, whether you've been in for a minute or an hour. We do appreciate every single second you spend with us. So let's have a look. Who shall we have? Spoopy stuff. I'll do what I did first thing. So again, thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't already, do like, share, subscribe to the channel, tick the notification bell. That way you'll know when we're going live again. You can super chat us. You can go to Patreon and donate to us in any other way. We do have the merch shop available, which is gimmyahullier.spreadshop.co.uk. It is in the video description below, so you can find it that way. There is t-shirts, there's hats available. There is teddy bears for Christmas presents if you want. And if you are a member of the YouTube channel, we are looking at getting a discount code sorted for you people alone, so you get a better discount than anyone else. So if you haven't, you can go to the YouTube page, become a member. It starts from as little as about $3.99, and that will give you little perks, which I will go through now. The Hulkamaniac tier does give you your own emojis, and it gives you a little Gimme a Hullier logo next to your name. So if you look at Sassy on the chat, she has a little icon next to her name, which means that she's a subscriber to our channel directly. You have got the hardcore tier, which gives you a few extra perks, which is we're trying to do a video call once a month with everyone. We are looking at trying to arrange that at some point, but we're going to speak to Anne and then Dom when he's back from Vietnam. And then the champion tier gives you everything that I've spoken about already, but it will also give you a discount code on our shop. Once we get that sorted, we will be sending that straight out for people. So at the minute, we have got Sassy on there already. So we're going to end the stream with our Claymore. So again, thank you very much for everyone for joining us, and I shall see you tomorrow in about 19 hours time. So not that long. And then we've got Ant on Wednesday covering Dynamite, me on Friday covering SmackDown, and then hopefully all of us covering WWE Crown Jewel. So we're going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and give me a whole yeah.
It's Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior. Hello and welcome to Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast. I hope everyone in Yorkshire and beyond is having an awesome day. Keep fanging and banging.